Let us discuss our next question. This is from the year 2017. Which of the following are envisaged by the right against exploitation in the Constitution of India? 1. Prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. 2. Abolition of untouchability. 3. Protection of the interests of the minorities. 4. Prohibition of employment of children in the factories and mines. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Now, which of the following rights come under the right against exploitation that is there in the Constitution? Statement number 1. Prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. Yes, this comes under the right against exploitation. Abolition of untouchability. Abolition of untouchability comes under the right to equality. And the untouchability comes under Article 17. So this statement is incorrect. Protection of the interests of the minority. They come under the cultural and minority rights. So this is also incorrect. Prohibition of employment of children in the factories and mines. Yes, this comes under the right against exploitation. So this statement is correct. Now, which of the following statements are correct? 1 and 4 are correct. So the answer will be C, 1 and 4. Now let's look at the in-depth explanation. The Article 23 and 24 considers the right against the exploitation in the Constitution. The 23 specifically talks about prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. Clause 1 says, traffic in human beings and beggar and other similar forms of forced labor are prohibited, and any contravention shall be an offence punishable according to the law. And clause 2 talks about the compulsory service for the public purposes, and that such kind of compulsory service, it can be a military service, conscription, or it can be a social service also. And the prohibition in traffic of human beings and forced labor, this right, it is available to both the citizens and also to the non-citizens, and it is available against the state and also against the private persons. Coming to article number 24, which talks about the prohibition of employment of children in factories. The provisions say that no child below the age of 14 years shall be employed to work in any factory or a mine or engaged in any other hazardous employment. But here the main intention is to prevent the exploitation and safeguard the health and development of the children and ensure that they have the access to education during the age they were supposed to study. But there are some exceptions to this Article 24, where the child, if he is engaged in the non-hazardous family-based work, and such work is permitted. In 2006, the government banned certain type of work for the children below the 14 years. For example, children below the 14 years, they cannot be employed as domestic servants, or they cannot be employed in the hotels, dabas, restaurants and shops, and so on. So coming back to the question, which of the following are coming under the right against exploitation? It is prohibition of traffic in human beings and also prohibition of employment of children in factories and mines. So the correct answer is C, 1 and 4.